Come on in. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time, you guys. Did I make it on time? I'm 3 minutes late. Actually, TikTok was trying to bamboozle me. Hey, girl. Come on in, y'all. Share the live because it is time to get this party started. It's Sunday, and we're talking all things Oprah Winfrey Show. Did y'all get a chance to watch it? Hey, Samantha, Tamika, Brock's Marketing Place. Hey, my baby, Tiffany. Let me share the live. Hold on, y'all. Let me share the live to let everybody know that we here, even though I already know everybody knew that we here. Okay? Did y'all watch? Did y'all watch? And who is coming on with me first? Oh my God, I am so freaking excited. I don't even know what to do. Did y'all watch the show? Did y'all watch the show? I'm so excited to talk about this. This is not even funny. Share the live, guys. Give me a few more seconds. Can y'all see me okay? I feel like they have a glare in here. Hold on. Let me clean my screen. I think that's the problem. No, is it the glare behind me? It's the glare behind me. Let me sit to the side because my window's not letting me live today. Hey, y'all! All these windows in my house, they're not letting me live today. Share the live, y'all, so we can get started. Y'all, I got me a cute little cocktail. Girl, I got me a cocktail. Guys and girls, what y'all drinking? Because we got to talk about this, honey. We have to talk about this. Come on in, you guys. Let's see. Hold on, because I'm still tapping this screen. Can y'all see me okay? Because I feel like I got a glare. Hi, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you for sharing the live. Hey, Mr. Brandon 23. Tasty Case, how are you doing? Sade, I sent you an invite for 3 people that sent invites to get it started. Hey, baby doll.
Hey, sugar.
Girl, did you watch the show?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to get tea from here for the show because I missed the show.
Okay, well, don't worry. We're going to fill you in,
Please
and
do. Please do.
you still can give an opinion. You still can
Okay.
give an opinion.
Okay.
Who else wants to come on and do 3 people at a time? Let me see. Hold on. Somebody sent me an invite. Who was it? Who was it? Tasty Cake, are you there, friend? Come on in, share the live, y'all. Share the live. And tap the screen as y'all come in. Because we got to get into this. When I tell you this freaking show was everything to me, girl, look, I got a drink today.
Great.
I don't know how to make
Go to
it.
my bar. Is that
And
good?
listen, they coming for Oprah Winfrey neck, and I'm not having it.
Not having it.
Letitia, I sent you an invite. Come on in, sweetheart. Come on in, baby doll. I paid to watch it, Kimmy Joe. Listen, I subscribe to Oprah. Oprah is like I don't know. She's not my idol. I don't idolize her, but what do you call it when you look up to somebody? Come on in. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to get started because I don't want to be on this thing for long because I could talk forever. And look, your girl took notes. Your girl took notes. Hey, role model. That's it. She is my role model. Hey, Janelle. Come on in, share the live, tap the screen as y'all come in. They got 1.5K, 1.6K likes. Okay. I really want to start when we get to 100 people. Hey, Ashley, thank you for the follow. Hey, my love.
Girl, so this show was that good. How long was the special, Keisha?
Listen, it was an hour. Okay, so let me just get into it. So the show was an hour long, and the show is It's about GLP-1 medications. And thank you, my love. Thank you, Samantha. You guys, if y'all want to talk, send me a request so I can bring y'all on. Okay, I had asked, I don't know if y'all know who Buffy is, Buffy from Housewives. I had asked her if she could just pop in and say a couple things because Buffy and her husband have a med spa and she do GLP-1. You know, her husband is the doctor that writes the orders or whatever. I don't know what she's doing today, but I asked her if she could pop in and talk to us. Hey, girl. So we're gonna see if she pop on or not. And also I sent a request to Lee. Lee is a gentleman who was in the audience of the show. And Oprah asked Lee a question, asked him a question or two. I can't remember. But she asked him a question and he had some good insight on the show. So I wanted him to come on, but I don't think he was available. We'll see if he pops in. Okay. But anyway, so let's get started. So the Oprah interview was basically about how Wegovy, Ozempic, and Mounjaro is in the news, is on all headlines, is on every blogger's lips. You know, everybody is talking about us, and they're talking about how these medications are going to change the game in obesity. And it talked about, they started talking about how people battling obesity, how, you know, if this medication is a miracle, like is a miracle, a medical miracle for people who are battling obesity. Y'all send me a request if y'all want to come on, okay? So the show started with Oprah Winfrey talking about statistics. She talked about how 2 billion people, 2 billion adults, which is a quarter of the world, are obese. And by the year 2035, if we don't do anything about it, half the world will be battling obesity. And then she goes on to talk about her journey, how her highest weight was 235 pounds, and how she has struggled with weight over the years. And she talks about how she feels like her weight has been the most exploited person's weight, like, in history. And let me just ask the question, can anybody think of one other person that has been exploited with their weight more than Oprah? I'm looking for it in the comments. Sade, what do you think about that? Do you know of any other person on the celebrity status whose weight has been more ostracized than Oprah Winfrey?
Girl, I'm thinking about it, but
Ah,
no,
go
I
ahead.
really can't. I think the most controversial might have been like Al Roker or something, but no, not.
Samantha says Lizzo.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's a good one, baby.
Oh, Monique.
Monique. I said also Rosie O'Donnell. Anybody? Oh, Andrew says Star Jones. Andrew, can you come on? Let me see. Andrew says Star Jones. Yeah, all eyes on Vivi says, Vivi, unmute that phone, girl. Vivi says Kelly Clarkson.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, because I was wondering, I'm still learning this now. Still
Yes,
learning this.
Andrew. Hi, darling.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
How are you?
I am good. I'm excited to be here. I'm good.
Okay. So, all eyes on me. How do you want us to address you?
You can call me Vivi.
Okay, Vivi, and this is Sade at the bottom, and then Andrew is at the top,
Mm-hmm.
you guys. So Ashley Abar says Oprah, Rosie, Lizzo, and she says the girl from Acapella movies. Who's that? Who's that person? Someone else says Missy Elliott. Bridget says Adele. Melissa McCarthy, Jennifer Hudson. Oh yes, good one. That's a good one. Jessica Simpson. Oh yes, because she gained weight in her latter career, right? Somebody says, what's the girl that played Fat Amy? Who played Fat Amy, y'all? I don't know. Janelle says Oprah has them all beat due to the amount of years she's been out. Ooh, my maid says Ricky Lake. Monique, you want to come on? Sasha says, I'm happy for anyone on the shots. I'm waiting there on back order in my area. Yes, they are. Erica, you want to come on? Tamika Sibbert says Kelly Price. Who's Rebel Wilson? John, who's Rebel Wilson? Oh, Picture Perfect, the girl in Picture Perfect. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Kelly Osbourne. So a lot of people, a lot of celebrities have been exploited with their weight, but in my opinion, I feel like nobody more than Oprah. I don't know if it's because she's my role model or not, but I don't know. I just feel like Oprah is way up there. Okay. So anyway, Oprah in the show, you guys. Andrew, let me just ask you, did you see it?
I didn't get it. I saw clips of it throughout TikTok. I saw clips of it.
Okay, but I think TikTok did a good job with showing clips. There are a lot of clips that were unseen, and I'm gonna post a YouTube video after this live that posts a little bit more clips. But TikTok did a really good job posting clips for people to get the gist of what they were saying. But the biggest thing that I really wanted to talk about, and we're gonna talk about that toward the end, is how everybody is on Oprah Winfrey's um they're on their I don't know, it's like they're on their soapbox about her owning Weight Watchers and her buying sequence. So I got a bubble to burst on that one. But let me just get into how the show started. So Oprah, she talked about her journey, and then she goes on to talk about the experts on the panel. And I want y'all to listen to the experts that she had on the panel, which was amazing. Dr. Fatima Cody Stanford, who is a Black woman, she's an associate professor of medicine pediatrics at Harvard Medical School, and she's also a obesity medicine physician and scientist, okay, at Massachusetts General Hospital Weight Center. So I was like, mind blown. My mind was blown. And then she had Dr. Rachel Goldman, who's a licensed psychologist in private practice and clinical assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry at NYU Grossman School of Medicine. So I was like, okay, we got a psychologist, we got a doctor, we got a psychologist, and then we have Dr. Melanie J, who's a primary care physician who's board certified in obesity, so 2 board certified doctors. And she's also the director of the NYU Longhorn Comprehensive Program on Obesity. So she also teaches, and then she works with veterans. And then the last person who she had on the panel was Seema Sistani, who is the CEO of Weight Watchers, y'all. Okay, so I was like, okay, great panel, great panel. I love that she have experts. I love that they teach. She has a scientist, and then I love the fact that she put a psychologist, because we all know psychology plays a big role in this in our weight loss journeys, right? Okay, so does anybody want to have any comments on the people who were on the panel? What y'all think? Anybody? Um, Vivi says, no matter what she does, she's still gonna get a bad rap. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay, so the show starts out with Oprah asking, I felt like was a brilliant question, and I'm gonna ask y'all and ask y'all's opinion on it. She says, why do some people who overeat never gain weight, and why do they not have the obesity gene? Okay, and then Dr. Fatima counters that and says, because people don't think about it's not about how much you consume, but it's about how you store it. So I thought that was brilliant. Brilliant. Anybody have any comments on that and what they think about that?
I think that's so true because if you think about bodybuilders and you see so many different type of coaches, they talk about 6 meals a day, and you see people eating food at the gym. That's just a normal thing that you hear. But when it comes to that food noise, I used to do 6 meals a day. I used to do
Mhm,
6 meals a day religiously, but it's too much. And with
mhm.
having that obesity gene, it kind of doesn't help. So you see so much of that on TV, on Instagram, with all of the different trainers and all that. I completely understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, I know that I have when you talk about bodybuilders and people who are really into gains and gains as they're calling it, and they call it gains because they want to gain muscle. I see them like blending up chicken. They drink chicken in smoothies. Have you seen that? Where they
I have
drink
seen
their
that, and
protein in
that is the
smoothies?
nastiest thing. On I've seen people put eggs and just down them and not mix them. Yeah, yeah, people go to
Yeah,
extremes for it.
so I feel like if I did something like that, man, I would be so big. And then not only that, because we're on the GLP-1 medication and it slows down our digestion, like, is that a healthy option for us? Like the blending, like the eating the 6 meals a day? I don't even think that we would be able to do that.
I couldn't do it if I tried to.
No,
And
I,
that's not me not wanting to do it because I want to fast. I couldn't do it if I tried to.
Yeah,
Me either.
I
yeah,
don't think about food that often to even want to do something like that.
yeah, yeah. So there were a lot of people in the audience. At one point in the show, there was a mother who was there in support of her daughter. Her daughter is overweight. Well, actually, the mom was overweight too, and her daughter had took an interest in taking GLP-1 medications, and her mom was just not supportive of that. She was wanting her to watch what she eat, how much she eat, count calories, and this and that, and she would be the daughter would be successful, but then she would lose the weight, but then she would gain it back. And so Dr. Fatima was talking about how with people who battle obesity, that there is a gene in our brain that is off. Like there's something going on in the brain that makes us off. And for every single person, our brain has a body weight set point. So I thought that was a pivotal part of the show as well, because I know with myself, in all my years of battling obesity, I have never went past 225 pounds. Like I would lose weight, but when I start gaining it back and I'm eating all crazy, I know that my body is gonna go up to 220 something pounds and it's gonna stop. Do y'all feel that way? Do y'all feel like y'all body has a weight set point?
I absolutely, Keisha, and I think the set point happens more so for the GLP-1 users when we're in our maintenance stage. I think you see it and you feel it the most around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also asking Keisha in the comments, where can they find this special? Where can they?
Yeah, I just saw that.
Okay.
So the special is for Oprah's insiders. So Oprah creates content, you guys, and she has her own website. And so the show was made for people who subscribe to her content. It's a $35 a year. It's almost like a blog that she has that people pay $35 a year, and she has like journals on there. She has Oprah's best, like her favorites. I mean, you have access to that. You get discounts on her favorites. It's like it's her website is geared around her people, like people who support her. And I've heard a lot of people say, how come Oprah did not make this show free? And I personally feel like if it's her content and for her name, why can people not pay for her content? It is her content. There's a lot of people who have content that people subscribe to, and it's her thing. It was her thing. So if you want to see the show, you have to subscribe to her content, which costs $35 a year. What do y'all think about that? A lot of people feel that it should have been free.
Let me tap in with that, Keisha. It's Kima. I
Go ahead.
actually watched the entire show from start to finish, and that was the most vulnerable moment to me for Oprah. Like I've been watching Oprah since I was a little girl, and
Yes.
in that moment, there was no pretending, there was no facade. I need to say the right things for the camera. She was her very authentic self in that moment. She
She
wasn't
was.
sitting up propped, this best posture. She was kind of bent over. She was having real talk conversations with the people on the panel, as well as some of the people that were asking questions. And to go back to the mom and daughter, the mom was there, but I can't truly say that she was there in support of her daughter. She was there to witness what was going to be said and document,
Yes,
so to
yes,
speak.
yes.
But she
There
was
you
not
go.
supportive of her daughter's decision. I really
Hmm.
felt like she was kind of pulling her daughter down, to be completely honest.
She
But
was.
as far as Oprah's content, I mean, I believe you should pay for it because at the end of the day, it was real. It was not for me. That wasn't for the ratings. That was for the people. That's
Hmm.
just my opinion.
Hmm. Okay, let me add to that, Kima. You were right about the mom. The mom. You're right. The mom was not there in support. I think the mom was there to learn. And when I say support, I'm saying support because she was there with her daughter. And I think it was more about her daughter learning something than for the mom. But by the end of the show, the mom had learned something, and that's what is so good about this. That was so good to me about this conversation is that we have a lot of naysayers, people who are just ignorant to GLP-1 medications. They just don't understand it. They want to remain willfully ignorant to it. And I love that she used her platform to at least open up the conversation. And then also, I feel like when people watch this show, they are so focused on Oprah, they're missing the fact that the conversation isn't even about Oprah. It's the conversation is about weight loss, GLP-1 medications, and introducing it to the world. But people see Oprah and they want to just I don't know. They just want to attack her and just tie her to all kind of things. And it's like if people can get past the fact that it's her platform and listen to the conversation, I think people will be more open to learning.
Hmm.
Janelle says yes. Oprah was trying to gain knowledge like the rest of us. Fatima Bash says I think she be using it. It's controversial and I think it's sensitive. Tay says putting it behind a paywall isn't exactly going to change the stigma with these medications, though. And see, that's what I'm saying. Tay, can you come on so that we can have a conversation? That's my whole point. Like people think that like if people can get, I feel like y'all in her purse. Get out of her purse because we're not talking about her purse. We're talking about, we're talking about bringing GLP-1 medications to the forefront so that people can hear it. She's just using her platform and it's her content. Do y'all know how much I paid for Bloomberg? I paid for Bloomberg just to get information on investing. There's a lot of platforms that we have to pay for to get information. And if she have information, what's the difference? It's not on somebody else that said, why not put it on OWN?
Girl, we paying we paying subscriptions for our favorite TikTok content creators. Come on. So Oprah can't have her own
I
subscription?
don't know.
Same
She doing
difference.
like everybody else with
Yeah,
content.
same
But
difference.
you know what though? I guess I'll play devil's advocate. I guess it comes down to, when you want something, how bad do you want it? If you think about it, you have to pay for Peloton, you have to pay for Planet
Hmm.
Fitness, you have to pay for Netflix.
Right.
I think we really have to kind of get past that. Yes, it's Oprah, but like someone said, she's actually sitting back and listening. She's actually absorbing the information and really gaining an understanding. I mean, if you think about it, we have to pay to go to these telemedicine doctors to get the prescription to really maintain all of this. It's not free. I think we have
Yeah.
to get past that when it comes to the weight loss journey.
Yeah. And I think that's the reason why, and then the media, you have to think about the media. The media is going to exploit whatever they can for the ratings, for the this and for the that. And because Oprah's name is already in the news behind this Maui stuff and this Weight Watchers thing, it's just one other thing. It's like she damned if she do and she damned if she don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like I feel like it was big for her to, use her platform to initiate the conversation. And the thing about it, you're gaining something. It's not like it's free. This lady had She had 3 doctors, and she had the CEO of Weight Watchers on. How many of us can get those people to come on our platforms to give factual, evidence-based practice information that people can receive? And then they all were talking in layman's terms. They weren't talking in all these scientific terminologies where you cannot, sorry, y'all, where you couldn't understand or follow the conversation. So it's not like you paying for nothing. You know what I mean? So
And it
I
was
don't know, you
very,
guys. Let me hold on one moment. Let me go back to the comments because I don't want to miss anyone's comment. Kimmy Joe says yes, but the people that need it most may not have had the money to afford it. Understandably, I understand that part, but they shouldn't be receiving that information from Oprah Winfrey anyway. They should be receiving that from their primary care physicians that they go in to see. That's where they should be receiving it from. So don't make it Oprah's responsibility to give these people told. It's their physician's responsibility to give these people told. Okay. And then Palm says it was a marketing ploy. They knew that people would want it, so they slashed the price. Okay. Lenny Trini says almost like when it comes to our own people, we always looking for a hookup. Don't get me started, girl. Kim, I sent you a request, my love. Life Fashions Coffee says I'm on week 1, day 4. I'm getting my appetite back. Is that normal? Yes, my love. That is normal. Jazz Marie 0504 says it wasn't like she just put that specific show on her pay channel. Kimmy Joe says Oprah has enough money. Says who? Damn. She also give a lot too.
mm-hmm.
Y'all be doing the most.
And they talk about when she give too.
I know, baby. I know. Like I said, damn if you do and damn if you don't. That's why I just want a little bit
Hmm.
of money. Don't give me all of that money. Jasmine Reese says my eyebrow raises with the fact that she now owns Sequence and on the board for Weight Watchers. So let me give y'all the facts on that. And that's another misconception. And this is why I tell y'all have to do y'all research and stop going with the first thing y'all hear on TikTok and on these social media sites and on the media in the media. Oprah owns 8% of Weight Watchers. She's an investor. But she only owns 8%. But because y'all see that face and that name is attached to it, and because she's the face of Weight Watchers, it's so easy for y'all to believe she own it. She don't. She does not. She is on the board. She is on the board that can help make decisions, but she only owns 8% of Weight Watchers, y'all. I'm gonna buy the subscription. Thanks for letting us know. Okay, Kim, I see you, baby. Delante says don't have the $35 or they don't have the money for Manjaro, Wegovy, or Ozempic. Not Delante. Are you gonna come on and talk to us or not?
Girl, she gonna opt for the not.
I'm gonna send a request anyway. I don't care. Tay says my subscription is free, so yes, I don't have the money. She is
The
rich.
good
Come
thing
on,
about it is,
huh?
the good thing about it for the ones that aren't interested or don't have the ability to pay the $35 a year, the powerful thing of social media is that you still get the message. You're sitting in a chat right now, still getting the $35 message for what? Free. So we still getting the message.
Please say it again. Hey, Louie, how are you? Welcome to the conversation.
Hey, how are you?
Good, my love. So Fatima Basha says, I didn't know she was part of Sequence. She is part of Weight Watchers. Okay, she owns 8% of Weight Watchers, and the CEO and Kima, back me up with this. The CEO, Seema, said that the reason why they bought Sequence was because they feel like when they initially started Weight Watchers, that they let their customers down
Mm-hmm. Correct.
by using I don't know if she was saying that they were body shaming. I can't remember. I don't want to misquote her, but she felt like they were letting their consumers down, and that to make it up to the consumers, and let's be real, we know that it is about money. We know at the end of the day they want to make money. Who wants to go into business and not make money?
Exactly.
um but she said that they purchased Sequence as a means to be a part of the GLP-1 community, and also not to focus more on how much weight people are losing, but to focus on the health that they are gaining behind getting these medications. Did you see
Right.
it, Louis?
I did. I paid the
Okay.
$30 or whatever.
Okay, let me go to Kima first on that, and then I want to ask your opinion about what she said. Kima?
I was just gonna just add, she did make it a point to say that they failed their consumers because not everyone would fit into the Weight Watchers plan that was essentially
Mm-hmm.
put into place. So by them acquiring Sequence, it as the outlier, so to speak, people like me that would gain the weight back because they wanted to be able to capture everyone that had an issue with obesity, whether it was PCOS or diabetes or what have you. So she was apologizing and saying, yes, we did fail our consumers because we were not able to help our consumers sustain the weight loss. So adding Sequence would kind of help sustain the weight loss. That was my understanding.
Mm-hmm. So, what's your thoughts on that, Louis?
So it's good that, she, in medicine, that she doesn't want to make it like a stigma or whatever. But at the same time, I see it as a moneymaker, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, it was all like, hey, before it was all, oh, Weight Watchers, and then it was Win Wellness, whatever. What's the new name now of Weight Watchers? The WW Wellness Wins. So I used to do Weight Watchers, and it's so crazy because I still get their emails, and now I got a recent email, and it was WW Clinic or something like that is what the email said, and literally just directing you now. They're like, if
Mm-hmm.
the Weight Watchers model was not working for you, click here. And then I was just curious, and I clicked there, and it's not through Weight Watchers. They're still through Sequence. So it just went directly to the Sequence website to sign up
Mm-hmm.
for it. So I just feel like it's all about money, like you're saying. That's how I
Yeah.
felt. It was, I don't know. I see it positive in the sense like there's been so much negativity going around it, and having that big voice, being more nicer, I guess, not
Yeah.
stigmatize it. I guess that's better. It makes people like us be more open. Because I used to be so like ashamed, oh my God, I'm using a GLP-1, to lose weight because I've struggled losing weight. And
Mm-hmm.
now, having this more positive media in a way opens up more people to just talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't
Louis,
know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was on the board of Weight Watchers and I had a big stake in Weight Watchers, I would buy me a clinic too and prescribe too. I mean, who
I buy me
who
two,
wouldn't?
three, four clinics.
And it's crazy because I started this journey with Sequence before it was, you know, Weight Watchers. And I know Sequence has a lot of mixed reviews for them. But at first I went to my PCP and they're like, oh, we don't believe in this. They were like, no, no, no. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to join Sequence and try it through here. And I did a month. And then you know how they ask for labs? I did all my labs, and then I went back to my PCP a month later, and I was like, "Hey, I lost weight on 2.5 with MJ, and it's helping me, and I feel so healthy. Can you run tests again? Let's see how my labs are." And she ran tests, and a week later, she's like, "I support this. I'll prescribe it for you." So it was like, "Hey, this works." So I've only used
Mm-hmm.
Sequence 1 month. The free
Mm-hmm.
month the 1 free month that you get with them. So Now I'm with you with you know how now you're moving to, I think you already moved, right, to Wegovy fully?
Mm-hmm.
So I stockpile MJ like crazy. I got like 8 boxes. I now have like 6 left. And but now my insurance approved it, and then they
Mm-hmm.
required an UPA, and then UPA was denied. So
Oh
they're like,
wow.
because my insurance covers Wegovy. So they're like, even though the continuation of care, I'm so sorry, you don't have any other things that you can cover. Because I didn't really have another thing when I was using MJ. I was mainly using it for weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have something to say, hey, I'm using it for this other thing, or I'm diabetic, or so I'm gonna be moving to Wegovy. I already my doctor is amazing. She now like already sent me a script of Wegovy. So I
Yay.
picked up 1.2 boxes of 1.6. So I'll probably go
Mm-hmm.
pick up 2.4. But I
Mm-hmm.
want all of them. So he like sent all this stuff to the pharmacy, but they don't have the other ones, like the lower doses.
Yeah.
They're
Because Nova Nordis is limiting the distribution still on that, on those doses. That's why. What was the
so
highest dose of Mounjaro you took?
12. So I'm so scared because I
Okay.
just went down to 10 with MJ because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in maintenance now. So I'm so concerned now if I can't find like lower doses of
Mm-hmm.
Wegovy or the maintenance. I don't know. Because the maintenance technically with Wegovy, what it says is the 1.6, which I have that. But now
Mm-hmm.
I went to 10, and I don't know if I could go to 1. Is that too much of a jump if I do 1.6 Wegovy from 10? I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Yeah.
I did. I did 10. I was at 15, then I went down to 10, and then I went to 2.4.
And
It
you
was
didn't feel
rough that
sick?
first, yeah, the first couple weeks I had, the first couple weeks I had issues, but I feel great now. I'm gonna do a update video probably tomorrow. I feel
Okay.
great, but
Good.
everybody's journey is different, so. But good luck to you on that. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So, okay, so let's get back to the show. So I have a question. I have a question. And Oprah, this was another pivotal moment for me. For everybody who watched the show. Oprah asked a big question. She says, "What are we getting wrong with the national conversation about obesity?" I thought that was huge. Because I feel like in our community, like our content creators that we're all familiar with and all are in sync, been talking about changing the narrative, changing the verbiage of the way we are talking about it, talking about obesity, the way we are talking about, just educating, people that obesity is a chronic disease instead of, just like making people understand the reason why we're taking GLP-1 medications is because we're treating a disease. So Oprah asked about that question, and so what do you think? How do y'all think that we should? I mean, I feel like us as content creators, we're already doing that, but how do we change the mindset of the nation? Does anybody want to talk on that?
I think you kind of have to be open to looking past what you were raised on. Because if you think about it, a lot of us wasn't raised on healthy eating and healthy food. Think about the single moms that did the hamburger helper and pizza and Little
Mm,
Caesars and Taco Bell and all of that. We weren't talking about salads and eating healthy and going to the grocery store. You may have done it occasionally, but that's not, what a lot of us were raised on. So I think we have to just be open to changing that conversation. Because I know when I started eating healthy, my mom looked at me like I was crazy. When I said I can't have that, I can't do the seasoning salt, she looked at me like I lost my mind. But once I lost the weight the first time, then she understood, like, because we lost family members to heart conditions and being overweight and obese. So I think once we start to change what we've seen, and was raised on, then I think everybody else will kind of fall in line with it.
mm-hmm. And now that you're saying that, Dr. J had talked about she had compared obesity to cancer, and not in the way that a person would immediately think, obesity doesn't compare to cancer. It's not as detrimental as cancer. But she was talking about how the type of foods that we're exposed to in our environments, the type of stress that we're exposed to. She talked about if we were able to be, have access to ways to exercise. She talked about some people's traumas are the reason why they, gain weight. Medications that you may be taking may be the reason why you're gaining weight. So I love that Dr. J talked about that. And then there was a young lady who stood up in the audience at some point, and her husband was there in support of her, truly in support of her. And she was talking about how that conversation was making her so emotional because she said for the last 50 years of her life, this was the first time that she felt like she wasn't being blamed, like obesity just was not her fault. And I was like, man, that resonated so much with me because it's like if you just think back over all the time that you have been battling obesity, it's like you want to do the right thing. Your heart desires to do the right thing. And sometimes our mindsets
Mhm.
are established, but you just cannot lose weight. The hormones just, with the hormone, your hormonal situation and all of those other things that I mentioned just holds you back. And it's just so discouraging. And especially if you're not
Yes.
surrounded by people who love you and support you and understand, that makes it even worse. Our environments makes it so much worse. So, I feel like, when that young lady stood up and said that, I felt like the whole audience felt that. It was almost like just, even if you were there just to learn something and you just weren't in agreement with what was going on, it's like, it was like an aha moment. Like, do people really feel this way? Is this really how they feel? And it is. It's like you feel like you're the blame. And then I'm gonna go a step further as to when or how the media is saying, how come Oprah did not say if she was on a GLP-1 medication? Why didn't she disclose that? Why, everybody knows that she's taking GLP-1 medications, and then Oprah says that she felt like she didn't want to take it initially. I don't know if she's taking it or not. She never did say. I didn't think that she had to, but she said she felt like taking the GLP-1 was the easy way out, and like the media, everybody is just taking that comment that she said and ran with it. And in my mind, I didn't see it that way. In my mind, I thought, okay, let me put myself in her shoes. If I was well, I am a black woman, but being a black woman who is overweight, and I have so many people who are looking up to me. I have this huge platform. No matter what I do, they're ostracizing me about, they're exploiting me about anything that they can possibly exploit about me. And then I take a GLP-1 medication. Like, what, what does this say about me? So I think maybe that was what she was thinking. I don't think that she was putting people down for taking GLP-1s. I just think that she felt like in her role and her being a role model, she did not want to do the wrong thing. And she felt like maybe the right thing to do. And that's like self-blaming is put the fork down. Stop eating so damn much. Get outside. Go start walking. You have access to exercise. You have access to chefs and things of that nature. So that was my mindset. What y'all think? What do y'all think about that? Vivi, you quiet. What do you think about that?
About about Oprah or
Yeah, about Oprah and people thinking that, first of all, her not saying that she was on a GLP-1 medication, and then her saying that if she would have taken a GLP-1 medication, that she would have been taking the easy way out.
um I just feel like maybe she probably just felt like if she would have got on being that she's Oprah, people would have been like, oh well, she Oprah has tried everything. We all know that she's tried everything, every diet, and if it's something she believes in, she's going to share it with
Mm-hmm.
everybody. I just felt like the medicines, they get a bad rap. Like, people just think that when you're obese, you want the easy way out, you want surgery, you want medication, and a lot of times just diet and exercise to me is just not enough.
Mhm.
You have other health issues that is preventing you from losing the weight.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I don't feel any kind of way that she said that. It's just something that she felt. I guess she felt like if she would have been on the medication, that's what a lot of people would have said that. Oh,
Yeah.
she want the easy way out. Oh, Oprah's on it. Well, why Oprah's on it? Oprah said she's on Weight Watchers. Oprah was promoting this. She was promoting that. Now she's on this medication. I just
Mhm.
felt like no matter what she would have chose, she would have got a bad rep. People would have still had something to see. That's just,
Mhm.
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
So Carly in the comments says Oprah was in a tough spot um between making the show about her versus keeping it a secret. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about it like that. Ash says GLP-1s are reported on negatively in the media and confuses
Hmm.
consumers. Definitely. Delante says that's not the way I took it. I feel like she was saying that's the way she feels. It puts her, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
right.
what I thought. That's what I thought. Jeremy T says, I get it though. I haven't talked to be on TikTok because people are hurtful. They really are. Miss Jones says, when did Oprah start worrying about what people say or thought? I think she always have.
I mean, you could see she was very teary eyed at certain,
Hmm.
segments during the show, listening to other people's testimonies. So I still felt that she was thinking about herself even as others spoke. When
Hmm.
the young lady was talking about losing the 50 pounds and her husband didn't realize it, I mean,
Oh
that
my
made me
God.
really too.
Yes. I felt so
Hmm.
sorry for her.
I did too. I mean,
Wow.
I was very emotional listening to her tell that story. And
Yeah.
when Gail asked, "Are you still married to him?" and she's like, "Yeah." I mean,
Yeah.
that was hurtful to me.
She says she walked up to her husband just to give y'all some insight. A young lady stood up and she was talking about how families aren't supportive and how you think that
Hmm.
when you lose weight that people are going to support you. And she said that she was 50 pounds down. Her husband had not said anything to her. And she walked up to him and asked her if he noticed her weight loss. And he would, to me, nonchalantly say, yeah, like it was not even a big deal to her.
Wow.
And so everybody was just like, couldn't believe because I don't know. My husband very supportive. So I just can't I couldn't imagine being with someone and you're on the hardest journey of some people's lives because it's hard to lose this weight, even with the GLP-1 medication. And just for someone to just say, yeah, I felt so bad for her. Um Delante said, did you see how careful they all were? Like, are you still married to him? I think everybody in the room thought that when she said that.
Mhm.
And Jeremy says it's true. People will get mad at you for getting healthy. I think someone had even mentioned how with family members, how some family members or even friends will say, "Okay, you need to. That's enough. Like you don't need to lose no more weight." How do y'all feel about that when people tell y'all that?
I had
That
that.
just drives
Oh,
me mad.
throughout
I
my
had that.
many, many, many
Oh,
journeys of losing weight, oh yeah, I had some tell me I lost too much weight.
Yeah,
Oh, you don't need. I mean, my own brother had told me at one point, you could just stop right there. You lost too much, and I'm like, well, God damn. I mean, like, oh yeah, they will do it, and it'd be your own family members.
your own family members. And it's hurtful because my family at first, like, my mom will be like, hey Louie, you need to work out, go to the gym, eat healthy, and they give you those
Hmm.
signs like you're fat. They're not telling me I'm fat, but
yeah.
Right, right.
they're
But,
insinuating it. And then
hmm.
I started losing weight, and then she was like, "What are you doing?" I told her, I was like, "Oh, I'm doing this." Oh, why are you doing this? And blah, 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 blah. And then
Hmm.
I lose the weight, and now she's like, "You're too skinny. You need to eat
Yeah.
more. Why are
Damn
you
if
being
you
so
do, damn
cautious
if
of
you
eating
don't.
this?" And it's like, girl, first you're telling me I'm eating too much, and now you're telling me I'm not eating enough. There's
Yes.
no way of
People
pleasing
told
them.
me I
So
looked sick.
Oh my gosh.
People told me I looked
Andrew,
sick.
you're
And then
not
you
the
have,
first one.
yeah. And then you have that
Oh
aunt or
yeah.
uncle that's going to come by you and pinch your waist. Like when they give you a hug. You know how you get that hug from a family member and they grab your sides? Yeah. Family is
Yes,
the worst one
yes.
sometimes.
So Delonte have entered the chat, baby. I know you have a lot to say.
Honey, I've been over here sitting on my hands. Okay.
You gotta come on this side, baby. My
Okay, so
husband
just
said people are
real,
just
They're
jealous.
just jealous.
they really are.
Yep.
But I do want to say this about the last thing about I do have about 4 or 5 people that I have given permission to tell me when it starts to look like I went a little bit too far. You know, when that extra sag is there, or you do kind of look too, because I just feel like even whether we gain or lose, like I just can't see it now as much. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And so there are a few who do have permission to let me know, okay, let's, we might want to pull up a little bit, or, start lifting or doing something else. But just some random, okay, so I even asked Kima, I was trying to clarify the lady in the pink on the show, but that was her mother, the
Mm-hmm.
young lady on the show, because I had a friend of mine early on. I probably was only about 15 pounds in. Now we're sitting, we're eating, having drinks or whatever, but her stomach is in her lap. And
Mm-hmm.
she tells me I've lost too much.
Oh God.
The answer to that was no. You are not going to tell me that I have lost with your stomach in your lap. You see what I'm saying? So you also have to take where that's coming from.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. But that's all I have to say about that for now.
No, honey, I wanted to ask you about when let me go back. When 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 Oprah asked Dr. Goldman about what do you think that what do you think that we're doing wrong with the conversation, the national conversations about obesity? What's your response to that?
Well, I mean, look at her. She tried to make a show, a positive, to bring some light to it, to lift, the stigma on the medication. Look how she getting beat and drugged.
I know.
Why would anybody want to put themselves out there? Like, all she needs to do is go home, take what she's taking. Her life is, she doesn't have to do this.
At
I
all.
mean, I'm in business. I'm not here to lose no money, and I'm not trying to make anybody lose any money. And all I can say for the people saying that they don't have the $35 a year is bless their heart. They have other problems. I mean that from a safe space. That's if you don't have
Mhm.
$35 for that, that's fine. But then you can't. But not had. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about that. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, yeah, that I feel like it's hard enough because I feel like people's minds have been made up about people that are obese in their minds. They feel like they're lazy. They feel like they're taking the easy way out. They feel like, you know what I mean? So
right.
I think that's why it's so difficult. I do, but look at her trying to shine some positive light. They're killing her.
Mhm.
So why
Mhm.
was she?
Yeah.
They laugh at Dr. Now. He trying
D-
to help him, I get, but they laugh with him. You see what I'm saying? That's more acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Y'all,
embarrassing for people that's doing it.
Yeah, Dr. Now is a doctor who helps with obesity surgery, gastric bypass, and stuff like that here in Houston.
But that's the 600-pound show. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
they'll watch that, but they still are able to pass judgment. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that part you said about her saying, why can't I do it by myself? And I really don't want to take the easy way out. I don't think by any means was she saying that this is the easy way out and I want to do it. That's not what I didn't feel like that's what she was saying. I felt like she was
Right.
saying that's been put on her, that's been put on us. And we see it in any comment we make about the medication. They start saying, this the easy way out. And why can't I'm not always looking for the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for the smart way. And this seems like to
Right.
me,
There you go.
yeah, this seems smart enough to me. So, I mean, it's working for me, and so anybody else can kick rocks with flip flops on. that has anything to say about the way I'm doing this. It's my business. You know what I mean? And those that wanted to know why she didn't come on here and tell us hers, because then that would have took light over it. But those same people, have they had a conversation with their co-workers and with their bosses or with their mother-in-laws or their sister-in-law who don't like them or their old friends? Everybody not telling everybody what they doing. Why would she? She a
Right.
person too. She just a person too. So anyway, that's my take on that.
So one more thing, Delonte. What do you think about the media saying that she owns Weight Watchers, and every decision that Weight Watchers make now, they're gonna make it seem like Oprah made that decision?
Because the people are going to do, whatever spin they want to have on it is what they're going to do. But I'm going to say what, okay, so I don't know if you remember this, Keisha, but the morning that they said Weight Watchers had bought into Sequence, I was
Mm-hmm.
I was on the freeway. My husband had called me because he had saw a clip, and it was $3, but it was a lot of fog, and I was trying to buy some real fast, but I couldn't get to work fast enough. And so I pulled over to buy this stock, right? And so it had went up to about $5 before I could buy it. My original thought was, if Oprah finna get in on this and this is finna get in with these meds,
Going
I
up.
need to get in here. Now that was
Mm-hmm.
just me with my thinking. Now by the time I made it to the office, about 45 minutes later, because it was, foggy and raining and stuff. And so, but I had pulled over to make my purchase. I want to be clear about that. And so by the time I got there, it had went up a little bit more. And I mean, what in the world? It had went up a little bit more, but the people on the TikTok was mad. And they was leaving joint sequence. And I can't believe they did that. Well, I was thinking, well, what in the hell did I miss something? I missed something. But I didn't miss anything. I was right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anything she touches gonna go in the right way. Now that little stock is about up to $11. And then when Lee came on here and said that he was gonna be on she was doing a show about it, I went bought 100 more.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
went
know
bought
that's
that.
right.
But you see what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't but $11, but it made sense to me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, one of my grandbabies gonna spend this money because by that time people gonna be over it, and it'll then it went on up to what it's supposed to. You see, so I was proud. I even made a video like if that was my husband coming home that day telling me some company we had started in our kitchen was sold for 100 million. I mean, what? But
Right.
again, I think it's two different mindsets. So everybody's view is just
Right.
different. So I
Right.
don't expect everybody to understand my side, and Lord knows in heaven I don't want to understand theirs. Where it's so small. Um, I think the more she brings to it, good or bad, you can also see they don't beat Manjaro up half as bad as they beat Ozempic up. See how it's getting a little
Right.
lighter. And
Right.
then she even made a joke about when that Triple G come out. She couldn't wait for that. You saw that part?
I
Yeah.
did.
And
I
I'm
did.
waiting on it too. I don't even need it no more. I'm gonna get some anyway. To tell you the
Girl,
truth,
why?
Okay.
See, Delonte,
I can't wait. I'm gonna get
why
me
are
some and
we
just
like this?
I'm gonna
Why
take
are we
some and
like
just
this?
see what happens.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? I thought about going back to school, Keisha, to get my NP because I feel like they're gonna let me write my own scripts
Me
at
and
some
you
point
both.
anyhow
Me and
in
you both.
Texas. Because I want to
I'm
give
researching right
people,
now. Me and you both.
yes.
Same,
But again,
same.
that's a whole different mindset than somebody who's sitting at home with their jaws real tight and mad at the world with them. They done gave up on light pants on. They put them on every morning. I don't want it. They do. I
This
don't want to.
conversation I'm
I don't
missing,
want to
but I'm
know.
stepping away for dinner. I'll keep
Okay.
watching though. See you. Talk to
Thank
you
you,
later. Bye.
baby.
So anyhow, I hope I answered that.
You did. You did. So, another thing that they talked about on the show, you guys, a gentleman stood up in the audience. His name is Lee, and Lee talked about having food noise. And so, one of the doctors, I can't remember which one, because it's getting a little blurred now. But he talked about food noise and how he realized that it's not only a physical problem that he was having with losing weight, but it was also mental. And he talked about how when he would be eating breakfast, he would be thinking about what he's gonna have for lunch and dinner. And he said that he didn't realize that he even had food noise until he started taking a GLP-1, and then he recognized that his father also also is possibly experiencing food noise as well. And then the doctor talked about how food noise makes you impulsive, and how the medications help you gain control as far as choosing, having time to make the right decisions, and not overindulging. So, does anybody have anything to say about that? I
I
thought Janine.
do, I do,
Yeah.
Keisha, because I'm so glad somebody else felt like that. I didn't know what food noises was until I got on the GLP-1 medication,
Hmm.
because it had just been so chaotic inside of my brain for that long, I'm guessing, that I didn't know what peace was until I took maybe my second injection. And I was like, oh, this is that food noise everyone's talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It
So,
used to be really bad for me. That's what brought me to the medication, because you won't even realize when you sit down and watch TV, what's the first thing you want to think about is you want to grab a snack. You want to grab
hmm,
chips. You want to grab something to snack on, and you don't even realize you put the whole bag of Tostitos back without even thinking about it. And that's the number
right.
one thing I told the doctor. I'm like, I can't be sitting here, because I couldn't control when to stop eating,
Yeah.
especially after the gym. I'm ready to raid the refrigerator, and I'm like, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah. I
Oh
think,
yeah.
go ahead, Kima. Was that Kima?
No, that was me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Vivi?
I mean, I was always hungry. I mean, I didn't, and it wasn't until I started taking the medication to where I was like, what is everybody talking about food noise? Until I had to Google it, and I'm like, I didn't even realize that was a thing, and and that I even had that. But it's just once taking the medicine, it's like you really it gives you time to think of other things besides food. Like it blocks that. Like if I
Hmm.
just even try thinking about it, I mean, it does nothing.
Yeah. I can remember earlier on in my journey, someone had asked me when I first started doing lives, and my sister also, my sister holds me to this a lot. She said, my sister always tell me, because sometimes this medicine will make you want to give up. Like them side effects will get to you sometime. And my sister would tell me, she would say, you need to think about, why are you doing this? Like, are you doing this because you want to be thin? Are you doing this because you want to be healthy? Like, what you need to pick a struggle, because she got bad nerves, y'all. So she's like, why are you doing this? What is your motivation? And I told her one day, I was like, you know what? It's really the peace. Honestly, like, I never was, even at my highest weight, I never felt like insecure. I never felt like an ugly person. I've never felt like an ugly person, never. But you know when things get out of control. Like, when I know I do. I know when things get out of control. But when I first started taking this medicine and I had peace in my mind, like, it's other things that I could be thinking about. Like, I do gardening. I do so many other things that has taken the place of always trying to find the best restaurant to go eat at,
Right.
and always getting together with friends to go eat. I have so many other things that I'm doing with my life now. That's one of the main reasons why I don't want to get off of a GLP-1 in relation to not gaining the weight back.
Yeah, they don't talk about that though. Like I think the general perception is we don't want to get off of it because we don't want to gain weight. No, it's the peace. We don't want the chaos again. Whether that's the noise, whether that's the low confidence, whether that's the bad health. Like no, it's more than just weight to it. Now, mind you,
Hmm.
we don't want to balloon back up either, but still,
Right,
there's so much more to it.
right. I invited Tay. Tay, do you want to come on? I saw that you sent me an invite. Do you want to come on and say anything? Okay, Ashley. Hey, Ashley.
Hey girl, how are you?
Good, baby. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for letting me join your live.
You welcome. Did you see the show, baby?
I did not. I didn't know it was a subscription thing, but definitely now I want to go watch it. But I appreciate you guys for sharing it
Mm-hmm.
here on TikTok so that we know what we missed until we get a
Mm-hmm.
chance to go watch it.
What are your thoughts, love? What are your thoughts on the things that we've said so far? Have you been on for some time now?
Yeah, I joined and then I went off for a little bit and then I came back on because I had a couple things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the chat because everyone, it seems like everyone on here is so educated about this journey. And it's not an easy journey. And I get so sick of people, weight loss surgery is not easy for anyone. The shots are not easy. I know when I first started, my husband had to chase me around the house because I am terrified of needles. And then I learned to give my own with the pen. But then now that I'm having to do compound again, now he gives me my shots because I can't give that type of shot to myself. But
Mm-hmm.
it's changed my life. Like you were just talking about the food noise. And as someone who has severe ADHD, I am the biggest squirrel you will ever meet. And with ADHD comes binge eating disorder.
Yes.
And then I'm a Southern woman that was raised by
Mm.
my Southern Nana raised me and taught me
Girl,
all
we
that
eat.
bad food that is so good. And I mean, I would eat for everything. If I was happy, let's eat. If I was
Yeah.
upset, let's eat. You accomplish
Yes.
something in your career, where are we going? We gonna eat. After church on Sunday, that preacher finally got done with that long message. We're gonna eat.
Yes.
Upset, we
It's
would
how we
eat.
show love in the South.
It is. And for
Mm-hmm.
the first time ever, I feel like I control my relationship with food. Do I still eat the what would be in diet culture a bad meal? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will eat bad food from time to time, but now I can make the choice to be healthy and I can say that thanks to this medication, I not only exceeded the goals that I set for myself, I surpassed them and I've
Mm-hmm.
now maintained my weight loss for 6 months. So I've been on maintenance since the very beginning
That's
of April.
amazing. Congratulations, my love. Congratulations.
Thank you. And congrats to you and everyone else that's in here. And I love the awareness and just reminding people it's a marathon. It's not a
Yes.
sprint, it's not a quick fix. This is a lifetime journey for all of us who
Mm-hmm.
have struggled with our weight.
Mm-hmm. So, Ashley, are you open with sharing with us your journey, like where you started as opposed to where you are
Absolutely.
today?
Yes. So I'm only 5'2" for reference. I'm very short. I was 210 when I started my GLP-1 journey, which was last February of 2022. I did
Mm-hmm.
3 months through a med spa of the compounded semaglutide. I lost just under 30 pounds, but I was having pretty bad side effects because they increased my dose very quickly. They treated it like a quick fix. So I took 4 months off the medication, and then my primary doctor put me on Mounjaro. And I can say I'm very lucky with the primary that I have because she's an internal medicinist. She's board certified in that, and she's also board certified in obesity. So she was able
Oh,
to
wow.
educate me on how to take this journey. I can say I never went above 7.5 Manjaro, and I lost just shy of 100 pounds now. And
Oh my God, Ashley.
so, yeah, I didn't even think I could lose that much. So I started
Oh
at
my
210
God. That's amazing.
from a size 16, like busting out of a 16 like a can of biscuits. When you're 5'2", a 16 is
Yeah.
big for my frame, and
Yes.
now I'm a size 00. Um,
Oh my gosh, girl.
so it's crazy. Thank y'all in the comments. And so someone asked if I was diabetic. So no, I was never diagnosed diabetic. I had that coveted MJ coupon that they took away from all of us. Um, but I didn't, just like I heard you say earlier, you loved your body, right? You always loved your
Mm.
body. So I'm a women's empowerment photographer. I specialize in boudoir. I tell women of every
Oh
shape and
wow.
size how beautiful they are and remind them of that and make them feel comfortable in their skin. I didn't take
Mm-hmm.
this journey because I didn't like how I looked in the mirror. I was thick
Mm-hmm.
and I was still wearing my crop tops. I was still wearing
Okay.
my Florida girl bikinis, right? You know how tiny our bikinis are down here. But I was scared of becoming unhealthy. I would get winded if I just walked one lap with the dogs. I couldn't keep up
Oh
with my
wow.
preteen son at like the water park. and I was borderline diabetic. So my blood work sometimes would show that I was diabetic, and then sometimes it, or pre-diabetic, and sometimes it wouldn't. And sometimes it would show insulin resistance. So it
Mm-hmm.
just runs in my family so much that I did not want to take that same path that I watched my mother and grandmothers and great grandfather take. Like my
Yeah.
great grandfather lost his leg to diabetes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So it's, and now I'm just on here cheering for everyone else on their
Mm-hmm.
journeys, and it
Mm-hmm.
keeps me accountable with myself not to go backwards.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna ask you this question, and then Delante and Kima, since you guys saw the special, when so let me ask Ashley first. Oprah asked the question because I want to hear your thoughts. Oprah asked the question, "Is this a miracle moment?" What are your thoughts?
I think absolutely. And I think that that's exactly why insurance doesn't want to cover it for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think
So one
that
of
it's the way of the future.
yes, so one of the doctors, and I think it was. Hold on, let me get the name. It was. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Was it Doctor? Goldman, who said she doesn't think that it's or it might have been Dr. J, one of the two. She said that she doesn't think that it is a miracle because she says there are no miracles in medicine, but she did say that she thought that it was effective treatment because we have to remember that obesity is a progressive disease and it has to be treated chronically. But I'm like you, Ashley. When she asked that question, I was like, hell yeah, it's a miracle. Yes, it's a miracle.
Especially if you have the right mindset. Like if you still keep that mindset that this is a lifelong journey and that it is, obesity does have to be treated for our entire lives. We're not just
Hmm.
magically healed.
Hmm.
It just changes it as far as the results that it gives, that are, they are miraculous results for most of us.
Right. So, what's your maintenance dose?
So I have been since April gradually coming off. I am still on 5, which was what I was on for the majority of my journey. And because I was on such a low dose, we went 8 days apart for a couple of months, then 9 days, now 10 days between shots. And I have not gained back at all. So we'll go back down to 2.5 and see if that still stays the same. And if it does, then I might be able to come off of it. So we'll see. But I'm
Hmm.
prepared that if I need to, I will take this forever.
Yes, yes. I'm so proud of you, Ashley. I'm
Thank you.
so proud of you. I
Thank
just can't
you.
imagine. I'm 65 pounds down, and that's a lot. Anyone who has weight loss, who has had success with this has had a hard journey because we have to mentally prepare ourselves to do this thing and then to accomplish it and then to maintain it is a whole nother beast. So I'm so very proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome. And thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So Delante, what is your thoughts on if is this medication a medical miracle? What are your thoughts? Or Kima, whichever one of y'all is ready.
Okay, there you go. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Sorry, baby. I thought you might have
You know
stepped
I
away.
don't know how to, child. You know I don't know how to do this. Okay, so first of all, let me clear something up with Ashley. Ashley highest dose was 5.
I went up to 7.5 for 2 months while 5 was out of stock at my pharmacy. And that was it. We took a low and slow approach, knowing that I had very bad side effects when I went to the med spa. And my doctor
Mm-hmm.
had the plan of, we won't increase your dose unless you quit losing for at least a month. So that gives you time to try all the tricks to kickstart that plateau, changing injection site, upping your protein, all of the things that you do when you hit a plateau.
So you lost 100 pounds with your highest dose being 7.5 only for 2 months, and then 5 the other time, most of the time.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
That is beautiful.
That's amazing.
I mean, that's just beautiful and that's encouraging.
Yes,
Okay,
it
so
is.
do I think this? Yes. I was in the kitchen frying me some pork chops. You know, it was the day I had my little foot surgery when the show was on. And so I spent around, yes, this is a miracle moment. And that's exactly what it is it's a miracle moment, you know, like right now. Because something else could come up when they let it, you know, show for a beast and we start seeing some other things. And so we may have some, you know, better moments. But right
Mm-hmm.
now, it is. And the fact that it's touching so many other things. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like the sleep apnea and this whole other
Yes.
addiction situation and the
Rheumatoid
way it's turning.
arthritis, headaches.
Yes, it's that. It's that puffy. You know, I remember early on, I kept saying, you know, this weight loss is cool, but it's this puffy that they, you know, this is something else. I just kept saying that this is something else.
Yes.
This is something
Yes.
else. And so yes, I'm with you when she said it. I said, I mean, literally, I was, because it was playing behind me. I spent around like, yeah, yeah. It's a miracle for sure. And it's a miracle
For
moment if you
sure.
want to call it a moment for sure. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Kima, what are your thoughts?
Now, I definitely think it's a miracle drug. And the reason why I say that is because I can't think of any other medication that we may have taken for weight loss where we could continue to take it for long periods of time. Because I recall medications you can take for 3 months at a time, then you got to stop, give yourself a break, and then
Mm-hmm.
come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, to my knowledge, this is the only medication that I'm aware of that we don't have to worry about having that stopping period. That
That's
drug
right.
holiday. And then for me, as a stroke survivor, you're telling me you're lowering my risk of having another stroke? Yes, miracle times 10. Absolutely. In my book.
I
What you
agree.
think,
I
Andrew?
agree. I agree completely. It's definitely a miracle drug. I mean, in my own experience, I did it the hard way. It took 2 years, and it was, some of the moments were great and some of them wasn't. Just really sticking to eating like this and snacking and 5 meals and 6 meals a day. I hated it. But it's now I'm actually enjoying it a lot more because I'm like, oh, I can go out and go food shopping, or oh, I can go out and go walk and hang with friends and not have to be in my head about, oh my gosh, am I going to have an appetizer? Oh my God, am I going to eat the bread that comes at Cheesecake
Mm,
Factory? Can I have a dessert? Are they going to look at me crazy if I don't eat my whole plate? I thought I had to finish my plate all the time. So that's the biggest miracle thing for me.
and isn't food shopping just fun now?
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it's
It
fun.
definitely is.
I think it's fun finding healthy options. What you think, Vivi? Is it a miracle medicine to you so far in your
Uh,
journey?
oh, I think it is. I really do. I really believe it is a miracle drug. Cause, I mean, in the past, I tried what, like Adipex, and Adipex. I mean, it worked for so long, but I mean, then you had I had the problem with the heart rate and all that, so I knew I couldn't take Adipex long. But I've been through all journeys, all diets. Like I said, all diets that I've tried, they all work, but it just wasn't enough, when you have other health issues. But I really feel, yeah, in my opinion, and like what Andrew said, yeah, I mean, I agree. It is a miracle drug.
Yeah.
It is. It's a game changer. To me,
Yes.
I say that it's a game changer.
Definitely a game changer. Definitely a game changer. Sade, you want to speak on it? Oh, I think Sade is. Oh, there she is. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, well, girl, I don't have nothing more to say than I'm walking the miracle. I'm walking within this miracle. I'm living, I'm breathing the miracle. I'm the
Yeah,
biggest
indeed.
advocate for this miracle. I can't wait for the
Mm-hmm.
next miracle to come, the next bigger and better miracle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me
Whatever's
see. There
satisfied.
is something I wanted to end the conversation on. Let me see what I said. Um, break the stigma. Okay. So at the end of the show, I think the doctors were talking about how we need to break the stigma and to get out and educate and advocate for yourself. That was a big thing. They talked about how some doctors aren't doing correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be paraphrasing y'all, but there are a lot of doctors. They talked about how there is a large percent of doctors who only take one nutrition class, or they don't get, obesity training, training on obesity medication. And there's a lot of doctors who are still unaware. So they talk about, like, even if you're a patient taking these medications, how you can also be the one to help break the stigma by just getting out and educating and advocating for yourself, because sometimes your doctors aren't aware, and making them listen. And then if you don't feel supported, then you have to get out there and find someone who will support you in your journey, because you have that right. um
Mm-hmm.
does anybody want to speak
Exactly.
to
And I
that? And if
posted I
there's
posted
anybody in
about
the
that
chat,
too
if there's
because you hear
anybody
so
in the
many.
chat that wants to talk, just send me a request. Go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry.
No, 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 you're fine. I was just saying too. I've seen so many people say, my doctor won't let me do Manjaro, or my doctor won't let me do Wegovy.
Yes.
My first doctor was not trying to hear it about Manjaro. And I said, you know what? Okay. I nicely found somebody else, and he was pro Manjaro. At Join Moji, he was pro Manjaro, but I had to advocate for myself. I don't mind doing the research. I will not, especially if it's something going in my body and it has to do with my
Mm-hmm.
health, I'll research until the cows come home. But you have to advocate for yourself, especially with these pharmacies. If you don't stay
Mm-hmm.
on top of these pharmacies, nobody else will. Think about it. If you
Yes.
call them over the phone, I'll tell you anything over the phone just to get you off. But unless you really dig with them and say, hey, can you order it? When is it going to be here? And stay on top of them. You have to
Mm-hmm.
advocating for yourself is huge with this journey. I cannot preach that enough.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. Anybody else? Last comments?
I got something to say.
Ashley.
I was
Mm-hmm.
My mind was in the same place as Andrew's, as I've had so many friends tell me their primary care will tell them, "Oh, that's not an option for you. I don't believe in that. Just eat less, move more." And it's disheartening. Some of them get so frustrated that no one listens to them and they never feel heard. And I tell every single one of them it's time to find a new doctor. But then outside of that is you have people in the new, like, nutritionists and trainers that will have the same type of opinion about it. Oh, we don't use supplements for weight loss. Well, it's not a supplement. And if you're claiming to be a
Mm-hmm.
professional in that industry, they need to educate themselves on what the latest fad is in weight loss. And right now, these medications are getting so much attention on all
Mm-hmm.
platforms of media. And then you
Mm-hmm.
have trainers and self-proclaimed weight loss coaches and nutritionists on the internet telling you don't do that, it's bad for you, it's just going to cause you to yo-yo diet. And I think it's also disheartening to see that. And I try to jump into their lives and jump into conversations with them and educate them and push them in the direction of getting actual education, so that
Yes.
when they do get that customer that really needs the medical help, they can point the direction in the right way.
Right. Ashley, are you a content creator?
I am on here. Yep.
Let me. Am I following you? No.
I think so.
Oh my God, I am now. I am now. Oh my
I was
goodness.
so excited when someone showed me your live tonight. I followed you for the first time tonight too. So,
Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you.
yes, you too, girl.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing. You guys, if you aren't following Ashley, please give Ashley a share. Delante, do you have any final comments? If you guys aren't following Delante, please give Delante a follow.
I guess just final. I mean, I'm just excited that we're all here to pull from one another, to learn from one another, to grow, with one another, to have somebody else pull you up, when you're not doing okay, and for you to reach back and grab somebody. I think that's what this
Hmm.
community is all about, and that's what I appreciate about it. Yeah, I mean, let's do this. I mean, we're all here to lose
Yes.
weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just let's keep it light. You know what I mean? And let's
Yes.
just, we're going to lose weight and learn some new things, things that we didn't know. And I mean, that's it.
Hmm.
We're just going to learn because people
And
need
be
people.
supportive.
Yes, being supportive. Because as much
Yes.
as we think we want to be an island, it ain't no fun out there by yourself. So,
Right.
yeah, people need people. We just going to, and we can learn it. We can do it all together. We can do it all right here. But thank you, Keisha, for putting this on. Thank you for having me join. I would like for us to get this over 25,000 likes before we hang up, if y'all don't mind tapping the screen
Yes.
for
So tap the screen, you
Keisha.
guys.
Y'all
Tap
know I'm
the
always down
screen.
for a little goal. So if we could just get her on up to 25,000. Okay, but I'm going to go on in here with Mr. Crawford. So good night, everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you, Keisha. Okay,
You're
okay, bye.
welcome. If you guys aren't following Kima, please give Kima a follow, you guys. Stop what you're doing right now and give Kima a follow. Kima, your last and final thoughts?
My last and final thoughts would be whenever you have something going on as you're on your weight loss journey, regardless of what medication you're taking, you're not alone. Do not be afraid to reach out. Do not be afraid to send a DM, because you will be surprised of what someone else has gone through and how much information they can share with you and knowledge. So
Yes.
don't be afraid. We're all in this together, each one teaching.
Yes. Thank you, Kima. That is monumental. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement. If you guys are not following Andrew, please stop what you're doing to follow Andrew, you guys. Andrew, any final thoughts?
I would say just my final thought is I just want to be the one to give you your flowers. Ever since I've come across your page, you're always sharing knowledge. You don't ask for anything. You don't sell anything. You're really just sharing knowledge and kind of just supporting what was just said. You know, you're not in this journey by yourself. So I had
Yeah.
to be the one to give you your flowers today.
Thank you so much, Andrew. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much. You guys, if you are not following Vivi, please give Vivi a follow. Vivi is always on, educating and also sharing her story. Her story. She's a big sharer. Vivi, any last and final thoughts?
I just want to say that I'm very appreciative of this community. When I started, it was a whole lot I had to learn about taking this and what to do or what not to do. And a lot of y'all, I wish I can name all of y'all, but y'all have been so helpful with good information. And I say this all the time in my videos. Let me tell you something. Y'all see me veering off or me thinking negative or you just being down about, oh, I don't feel nothing or I didn't feel like I lost weight this week. I have no problems with y'all getting me together. No problem. I have no problems with y'all keeping me on track. I tell y'all this all the time. When y'all see that, I have no problems with y'all doing that in the comments. But I'm just very appreciative. Y'all have a lot of information to give, and I'm just thankful.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you guys for all coming on and sharing and making this live very educational, as well as showing your support and sharing your journeys, because you guys don't have to do it, but I appreciate that you do. And you guys, I just wanted to say, if you guys ever need anything from me or have a question for me, DM me, you guys. I'm always on TikTok. I'm on TikTok every day. I check my main page every single day. I do have a backup page that I use just for, like, I don't know. I think we all should have a backup page. I have a backup page, but I do check my DMs. If I don't get back to you on that day, it's not because I don't want to. I just haven't had a chance to. I do get back to every single person. I respond to every single message. It may take me some time because I be having a lot in them DMs, but I will respond to you. And I want to say thank you guys for being so sweet in this live. We didn't have any disagreements, even though sometimes disagreements are good. But I'm glad that we all are sharing the same mindset and we're all like minded. So I do appreciate that in you guys also. So I just want to say good luck to everybody on your weight loss journeys, and I guess to end the live. Mommy, can you come on and say a prayer? Let me see if I can get Mommy to come on because Mommy be praying it down. Let me see if I can get Mommy on. Hi, my love.
Hey girl, you trying to
How
put
are
me on the spot?
you?
You trying to put
Do
me on
you
the
have any
spot?
thoughts? Do you have any thoughts about the live today, Mommy?
Oh, it was absolutely wonderful. I've said it in the chat, but it's so many comments you probably didn't see it, but it was absolutely amazing. I love you. I love the way that you are so educational and always keeping us informed. But the entire panel was absolutely amazing. I love all of y'all. Y'all know that. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you bless my live, Mommy, please?
Oh Lordy. Okay. God, we
Thank
thank you
you.
right now. We thank you for each person that came on the live today, Lord God. We thank you for all the comments, the concerns, and God, we just thank you for bringing this medication, God, to each of us, Lord God, and just allowing this to help us in our life and using it as a tool so we can help others, and so they won't be stressed and depressed and have insecurities like we did, and so they can move forward in life because we know that you want us to have abundant life, Lord God. And we thank you right now, God. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for Keisha's live. We thank you for her education that she brings to the community. We thank you for each and every person that was on the panel, God. And we just appreciate you right now. And we want you to take us through the rest of the week, Lord God. We thank you for every anniversary that has come up, Monjaro anniversary or GLP anniversary. We thank you that you've given us the strength, the courage, and the willpower to go in our journey and to continue our journey. And we're just so thankful. You guys have a good week.
Thank you so much. Love you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for everyone who came on and shared your journeys, and thank you to my panel. Love you guys so much. Have a good night.
Good night.